Yeah. Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the channel. It's me Anisa from the Inner Stereo. So today we're going to be looking at your love messages. It's a general reading, so the roles might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if it does, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for the extended and personal reading with me, okay? Okay, so in your overall energy, you got the Nine of Cups. What's challenging you? You have the Star. Haven't been feeling like yourself lately, Aquarius? That's beautiful. All right. So in the past, this person has the Five of Cups and also the Two of Pentacles. From your side, you got the Five of Wands and the Six of Swords. There's a situation here that brings about a lot of chaos in your life, okay? Not only does it bring a lot of inner conflict, not only does it disturbs your peace by a lot, you know full well, logically speaking, to move to calmer water and to not get yourself dragged into the situation over and over again, but you can't. Now, this person in the past, they're also uncertain. They're indecisive. I think both of you are mirroring one another here. You can't stay disconnected from one another, yet every time you guys connect, there's a clash that is going on. I feel that he could be dealing here with somebody who likes to give some sort of ultimatum, whether it is directly or indirectly. Because this person is also like, you know what? Like, I love you, Aquarius, but I swear to God, I'm so ready to let this go. But they can't. And you too, like, I love you, someone, but I swear to God, you stress me out and I'm ready to leave and not think about it anymore, but I can't. Interesting. Now, in the present moment, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. From this person's side, they got the Knight of Swords and the Hanged Man. I feel that at this present moment, because your overall energy here is a Nine of Cups. So, like I said, you've been not feeling quite like yourself lately, to a point where at this present moment, I feel that you're doing a lot of hard work to go back to who you are as a person, to remember who the hell you are again, right? A lot of hard work being put here. And this person at this present moment now is suddenly trying to see things from another perspective. And there's something here that this person wants to be communicating with you, but we're going to clarify that later. Now, in the future, you got the Ace of Swords and the Three of Cups from this person's side. They got the Four of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So this person wants an answer from you, something in which you guys are going to be giving to them in the future. Okay, so this person is losing a lot of sleeps, anxious and all that because they want some sort of answers. Let's see. If you're single and ready to mingle, by the way, there might be a potential somebody new. Actually, the chances are already open and up in and out. It's going to start off as a friend first. Okay, let's clarify the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, Ten of Cups in reverse. Huh. I swear, all of these cards are upright, so why are you... okay. Knight of Swords, clarify about the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. So, I have two interpretations for this, okay? So you relate it into your own situations. Number one, this person is going to be telling you that, look, Aquarius, the grass wasn't greener on the other side, and I stopped pursuing that, and I want to have a brand new beginning with you, okay? Now, but this is something that you know. Look, like if this person thought the grass was greener on the other side, it's something that you already know. However, if you don't know about that, that means, you know, reject that interpretation completely. The second one would be, look, Aquarius, I finally realize why this relationship hasn't been working for quite a while. And now that I do know and understand why, I kind of want to make it a brand new beginning with you. Now you, Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Princess of Swords, the Empress, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think 30% of you were dealing with somebody who thought the grass was greener on the other side. I gotta be honest with you. But for those of you who aren't, it has a lot more to do about, I don't know, it's like, because I understand the feeling of not feeling like yourself lately, and you suddenly becoming obsessed with you. You suddenly becoming obsessed with, you know what, like I'm going to start buying new products from me. I'm going to start taking care of myself a little bit better. I'm going to start doing things that I like again. I'm going to start reconnecting with people that makes me feel like myself again. So I think that is you, okay? Because you've had moments, actually years or month, where your inner peace was wrecked. You're done with that. You want a brand new beginning here. Okay, let's clarify the Hangman and the Ten of Wands. That's funny. Hangman upright position, clarified by the Hangman in reverse, Two of Wands, and the Six of Swords. I see. So this person see things from a different perspective in terms of how we should be doing relationship instead of what I did that contribute to the problems that we had. So this is going to be interesting when you two have a conversation, because I feel that you two have a completely different understanding of what happened in the past and why it went wrong. Ten of Wands, clarify about the Ten of Wands, the Two of Cups, and also the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you're done. You're done. And it's okay. You know, sometimes I feel that every time people, whenever people got, after they got into a very hurtful situation and they're trying to heal, that's whenever I would allow the Queen of Wands in reverse to show up. Because if not, then I'm going to call you out as straight up narcissist. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's more of a case of who's going to hype you up if it's not you? You know what I mean? Sometimes it's normal for us to hype ourselves up that we're the best, that we're this, I'm good at this, I remember who the hell I am. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is you. Because you are suddenly realizing that you have been burdened by the situation for a way long damn time. And now you're thinking that I deserve more. Like I am me, I am Aquarius. And that's okay. That's good. Let's clarify the future. I want to clarify that Four of Swords and the Ace of Swords. That's interesting. Let me clarify the Queen of Cups. Yeah, nah, don't do that. Okay. So Four of Swords clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. From your side, you have the Ace of Swords clarified by the King of Cups, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and also the Five of Wands. Remember what I said, that you have both have a very different understanding of what is wrong. For them, this relationship lacks consistency, persistency. It lacks the tangible aspect of the relationship. It lacks planning. It lacks maybe money. It lacks goals. For you, this relationship lacks emotional safety. You need to sit down with this person. You know what I would advise you, even though we haven't been into the advice section yet, but I would advise you to buy this book called 8 Dates. It's an amazing book because that was the one that got me into a relationship with my boyfriend, because it makes me realize that we have so much compatibility. And because before I met my boyfriend, I was dating, a few guys, and I used some of the conversation that was in that book to determine whether or not we're going to be compatible, because I'm so done with relationship that I know in the back of my head it's not going to work. So I would suggest you to buy that book called 8 Dates, because I feel that you both need to have that conversation to determine whether this has potentials in the long run or not, whether you two are actually compatible or not, whether you two have the same goal or not, whether the thing that you deemed as being important is the same thing that they deem as important. Because if not, this type of conflict is always going to happen, because what is important for them is very different than yours. The problem that they think was happening in this relationship is very different than what you think happened. And I'm not diminishing anybody's experiences here, like my thing that is important in a relationship could be very different than yours. I'm not saying that they're right, you're right, no. But it's good to have that type of conversation here, because you don't feel emotionally safe, and this person feels that they don't understand that. Okay. Aquarius, if you're single and ready to mingle, date or be involved with somebody else once you've healed from your past person. Okay. Because if not, you're going to be hurting another person, and that is not a karmic debt that we want to have in our life. That's one. Because you have a good person coming into you if you're single and ready to mingle. Now, if that's not the case, I do feel that you could potentially be reconciling or coming back around with the past person that you have. However, you're checked out. So it's more of like, the thing is, Anisa, I do like the companionship aspect of the relationship. I'm so used to having them around, even though at the back of my mind, I kind of know that this is not it for me for the rest of my life. And yeah, because this person does want to make things work with you here, Aquarius, but I do see you guys leaving them after you tell them that you're going to be staying. It's the number of 8, so it could be 8 days from when you guys are reconciling, or 8 months from when you're reconciling, or 8 years after you reconcile. But I do see you wanting to leave this person because at the back of your mind you already knew that this isn't the one for me. And I believe that, each and every one of us, and me including, sometimes when I date people, I kind of have it at the back of my head that this is just for now, but I know that I'm not going to be settling down with you. So I feel that you could be doing that to another person in the future. Anyway, I'm going to be taking this to the extended, where I'm going to be clarifying a whole lot. Now let's get into your advice here, Aquarius. No one is put that like a kitty, a kitty, a kitty. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, because Capricorn also has this advice with the Knight of Cups, in a way that it's more like a reminder that self-love is not a feeling, but it's a decision, regardless of whatever you feel today or tomorrow or the next day after tomorrow. Make sure that you decide to love yourself. And it could be the simplest thing. It could be more about like you taking care of your health a little bit more, you taking care of your skin a little bit more, You focus on your goals, you do the things that you love, you surround yourself with the people that, brings you good vibes. But, self-love is a decision, it's not a feeling. Because with that Ace of Swords in reverse here, it tells me that there has been a lot of negative talk that led you to not be feeling like yourself lately. And that negative thought stems from what other people said to you or how other people treat you. But you have the power to filter them out, don't you? If people said that you're ugly, you could always say that that's their opinion. It's not a fact. If people said that you're useless, yeah, for you, but I'm useful for somebody, right? Don't allow that negative talk to stop you from loving yourself here, Aquarius, okay? So, that is it for my reading for you here, Aquarius. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.